Hey, what's going on YouTube? ASJets coming at you with another model aircraft review today. And this time it's going to be of a particularly rare model. This is the GeminiJets Korean Air Boeing 777-300ER. Not a very commonly found model. It's very hard to come across a Korean standard livery 777-300ER and 1/400 scale these days. On eBay you really only find the 777-300 non-ER by GeminiJets. And the only 333 ERs you can really find are the special livery ones by JC or Phoenix, and even the regular livery ones, if you can find those by Phoenix or JC, they go for about $80 to $100. So I was pretty lucky to find one of these GeminiJets ones on Waffle Collectibles for about $57 total. I bought this back in March, so this was actually featured in the first impression unboxing episode number 8 or 7, one of the more recent ones. So yeah, it's not a very easily found model. I was really happy to have bought this, and I did actually used to have a Korean 777-300ER by Apollo or Woody Wings back in 2014, which was a bit more unique than GeminiJets, mainly because of the company that made it. They don't exist anymore, but my friends broke that model sadly, so I don't have it anymore, but was really happy to have gotten this Korean one. And sorry about the shakes, there's a bunch of like insects flying around, so I don't want to get stung or anything. But anyway, let's get into the box. Fairly standard GeminiJets box, what more can I say about it? It's just like a normal, everybody's used to these. Information regarding the 777 is here, and then some information about this particular plane is right here. And this model was actually made before it was delivered to Korean. As you can see, there is no first flight date or delivery date. So this model was actually made before the plane was delivered and before it took its first flight. So I'm assuming it was made when it was in the final assembly stages or something like that. So here's the cutout for the aircraft, and here's the sides. It's a very battered looking box, as you can see. Obviously it's a 12-year-old model, so box definitely shows a bit of wear. Here's the back, and pretty funny how they have the plane displayed with the gear doors still down, even though it's very much in flight. That's kind of funny. And then again, 2009 release. So yeah. Alright, so here is the aircraft itself, and of course, being a 2009 release, it has the older 777 mold, which is pretty good. I really like this one as well. I think it's a bit better in some senses than the current one with the shapes and everything, but that's just my opinion. So let's start off with the nose, as we always do. We have the cockpit windows, windshield wipers, SkyTeam logo, some Korean there, which I'm not too sure what that denotes. I can't really guess what it says either, so if anybody could please let me know what that says, would definitely appreciate it. Here's the nose gear with the last 3 digits of the registration, 782, written on the nose gear flap, and the nose gear, which don't roll because back in the day this mold didn't have rolling landing gear. So yeah, we have the Korean Air titles, and then the L1 and L2 doors. Moving down, we have the GE90 115B engines with the Korean Air logo on it as well, and pretty much the symbol of South Korea. And many people affectionately call this Pepsi Airways because, you know, South Korea's symbol definitely looks a lot like Pepsi, but it's not Pepsi. So yeah. You have the fan blades. Pretty basic details because this is what GeminiJets was doing back in 2009, 2010, even 2011. So yeah. And then because it is a 777-300ER, you have the Overwing Exit here. Some static dischargers, those little circles, that's what those are. And you have the egress or exit markings on the wings here. And then on the top of the right wing you have the full registration, Hotel Lima 7782, and it's the same on the bottom of the left, or wait, no, top of the right wing registration, and then bottom of the left wing. There we go. So yeah. And then moving back, we have another exit door, the last door all the way back here, and then the aircraft type designator, Boeing 777-300ER, and then the tail logo. And then the flag of South Korea, if you didn't know what it looks like, there it is. And then we have the APU and tail cone here. So let's move over to the other side really quickly. Fairly same. You just have the addition of the cargo doors. That's really what the only difference is here. So yeah, Korean Air's livery is very, very amazing. It's been like this since the 90s or late 80s, I think. Ever since they got their A300s or early 747s, this is what their livery's been like. This sky blue with the silver cheat line and a white underbelly. This is what the livery's been like since, again, the 80s, late 80s or early 90s. It's been like that. So it's a very good livery. I really don't want them to change it anytime soon. It's so iconic, really. And actually, before I forget, here's the top of the aircraft. You can kind of see there's beacon light, static dischargers, the SATCOM, which is painted on there as per usual with these older GeminiJets or older models. And then, of course, you can see the cut here in emergency markings. And then, before I forget, the bottom underbelly, nose gear doors, and then GeminiJets logo, stand hole. Not much else in terms of detail. And here's the main landing gear, which don't roll or pivot, they're just stuck there. And then ram air turbine, which is that little rectangle. And then there's the APU access. Or no, you can't really see it then. Yeah, you can't really see the APU access point because it's not painted on here. But you do see the little tail skid, that little oval thing. Instead of it being 3D like it is on most models these days, they painted it on there. So yeah, that's really it with this regarding this model. Super happy to have found this on Waffle Collectibles and bought it. If you can ever find a Korean 333, especially the GeminiJets one, it's a fairly decent model. Even though it was released back in 2009, it's outdated, but it is a really good model. So love it. Thank you for watching. That's gonna do it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one, which should hopefully be the KLM 747 by Phoenix. That should be the next video up. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.